Soludo, IPOB, Onitsha market. Who really pays the price? Yo, Igbo people. Today we are talking about something that touches all our lives. Soludo, IPOB, and the Onitsha main market. This one goes beyond the headlines. Who benefits? Who suffers? And what's really going on? We're going to break it down straight. And we'll ask the tough questions everyone else avoids. The sit-at-home tradition first. That is what we are going to look at. Every Monday in Southeast, the people there are told to stay home. This is called the sit-at-home order. IPOB has been doing this for years. I think from 2021, when Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped from Kenya and brought back to Nigeria. The idea is a way of trying to pressure the government to release Nnamdi Kanu, and that is why it was started. But here is the thing. Not everyone stays home for the same reason. Some traders and residents follow because they agree with IPOB. Some because of fear. They fear trouble if they don't obey. And some just follow because everyone else is doing. The result, uncle, markets are shut, streets are empty, money stops moving, the economy suffers. That's from the government angle. But some of these people are saying we are willingly sitting at home by ourselves. So IPOB calls it a peaceful protest, but the truth is more complicated. Traders lost money if they miss Monday, according to some. Consumers can't buy what they need just on Monday. According to them, too, life slows down and the ordinary people pay the price. Let's talk about where Soludo steps in. So Governor Chukwuma Soludo said enough is enough. He is the governor of Anambra State presently. He wants markets open every day. And last week, Onitsha main market didn't open on Monday. Soludo responded by sealing the market for 1 week. And he warned traders that they must open their shops from Monday to Saturday. He said, if you are not ready to comply, maybe you shouldn't be in Anambra.
Yes. And the rules are that markets are open Monday to Saturday. If you are not prepared to open your shops Monday to Saturday, then leave Anambra, go to elsewhere. Simple. Period. Okay? So, this market will be shut down for the remainder of this week. It will not be open tomorrow. It will not be open on Wednesday. It will not be open on Thursday. It will not be open on Friday. It will open again on Monday. And if we come on Monday, you want what?
What if somebody is sick, Inko? In a situation whereby somebody is sick or somebody is going for prayers that Monday, there are people whose day of worship falls within that Monday. Anyway, so we now have a standoff. Traders wants to make a living. IPOB wants to maintain sit-at-home tradition, and Soludo wants business back. That is what is happening.
Blocked. No way in, no way out. Onitsha to Asaba blocked. No way in, no way out. Stand still.
But the big question, who suffers the most? Who benefits from this and who loses? Let's break it down. Soludo shows he can enforce rules and protect the economy for him. As the current governor of Anambra, politicians may use this story to gain support or attack rivals. Things like this. Now, talking about who loses. Traders and workers lost income. But some would still tell you it's a sacrifice. We have made up our mind to be doing this as far as Nnamdi Kanu is in. What's often ignored. A lot of traders follow the sit at home, not because they fully support IPOB, but because they fear what might happen if they don't. And the economic losses are huge. Sometimes, according to reports they gave, billions of naira are lost. But most people barely talk about it. There are contradictions here. Soludo says he is protecting business, but shutting the market temporarily hurts business too. Yes, he's hurting the business by shutting it. Can you imagine Monday to Monday? Soludo, you are turning to something else. I think all of us might want the sit at home to be resolved, the issue of sit at home. But I don't think that is the way to go about it. IPOB is doing it, to them, it is peaceful. But traders sometimes follow out of fear, some not choice. Then some, they are doing it as sacrifice. I must always note this. Courts have nullified sit-at-home orders, yet people still follow them. Court nullified it because, according to them, it's a non-state actor that started it. So we have tough questions to ask. Are traders staying home because they chose to protest or because they are scared? Answer this question on the comment section, please. Is closing the market really protecting people or just punishing them? That's this one from government side. So who really controls Mondays? The state or non-state actors? Who? Now, can there be a way to respect both civil rights and business survival? Having talked to or having read or having watched ordinary people react to this, here is what they said. Some traders said, we can't make money on Mondays. Sit at home hurts our families. Others said, it's a tradition. It's part of the struggle. We follow because our community expects it. So, you see, there's no simple answer. Everyone has a reason. Everyone pays a price. There are people who agree with the sit at home. There are some who don't agree. So, Soludo versus IPOB, it isn't just politics. It's about real people's lives, money, and choices. Fear is real. Who really wins? Who really loses? And what's the solution? What are the possible solutions that to protect both business and rights? Igbo people, we leave these questions for you. Think, discuss. Always look beyond the headlines. Meanwhile, let me chip in a few things. There are rumors, let not say this is official, but yeah, I was reading through Facebook. Somebody said the unknown UGM, the enforcers of the sit-at-home will return Monday again, that the sit-at-home must continue. That looks like enforcement. If you say it is willingly, you don't need to attack anybody. For those who are saying the sit-at-home will return, that people who are enforcing it, whether they are called on non-government whatsoever, if you say they are returning as in a way of threatening people, that means you are forcing it. Allow the traders. Many of them willingly sit at home, I am aware. And many are cooperating. And some too are out of fear. If I were to advise, Soludo should not force anybody. I think Soludo should look at the schools first. The schools should resume. Yes. The schools should resume. Then other governments, other status should resume gradually. And I think the government should not also be so much proud. Sometimes who started this at home? Why not talk to them or work with them? Oh, IPOBians, how can we solve this? I think things like that too works. It's not every time gra gra gra. We the government have the guns. We want to do everything by force. Some of the time, okay, you don't want it to be seen as if you are talking with non-state actors. Yeah, for you, who are they? When you're asking who are they, remember these same people made it. See that Tom is heading for 6 years now, for 5 years now, from 2021. Some of the times it is not about power, guns. Hey, they are non-state actors. Sometimes you have to liaise with them. I'm not trying to say they should be given the right to decide what happens. But when you see something that is followed by majority, you should first get the opinion of the people. How many people wants to truly? If you want, you can conduct a referendum on who wants to take part in the sit-at-home and who doesn't want to, and not forcing the marketers. Now, a lot of people may not come out because of fear, and you lock the places again. I think you should work on providing security for them, giving them assurance, pleading with them, rather than forcing them to at the expense of some of their lives. We know what happens with this sit-at-home. We've seen people attacked while coming out on Mondays. So we don't know how it's going to go. But I don't think the governor is getting it right. For me, I want the sit-at-home to end. But let's plan it very well. Let's work towards how it will end in a way nobody will be hurt. Of viewers, what do you think? Add your comment on the comment section.